to the man behind him. That is Siler Hess. Back to the quarterback there, and a nice pickup on first down of about 10 yards. So we saw Casper Christian with their first touchdown of the game. Timothy Hubert threw it complete to Gideon Howe, 2 receptions in a row, and it is now a 10-point Ram advantage. Final seconds of the first quarter. Tremblay, the option pitch again to Hess. Hess has a lot of room across the 40-yard line and into opposing territory before he's finally knocked out of bounds. Picks up the first down and a great gain on second down, back-to-back option plays.
Pays off, and again, should be the end of the first. They got to move the chains first before they start this clock off, but Dubois finding something offensively here late in the first quarter that's paid off. They're up 16-6. Again, the PAT kind of was mishandled by the Mountaineers.
Did not give Hess nearly as much as I thought they did. Said he stepped out of bounds way earlier, so it's Dubois football at their own 34. It was a first down. Now they'll give it to Tremblay. Tremblay's going to lose the football right as he crossed the 30-yard line, and now a pile-up for it. Dubois is going to stay on it. Scary hold-your-breath moment for Dubois fans after a great rush from Tremblay was almost negated because he lost the football.
Close call right there, and I think that may have saved a conversation on the sideline between Wyatt and David Tremblay.
6th carry of the ball game for Wyatt, unofficially 61 yards as a touchdown, as we've got 5 seconds before the end of the quarter. Rams don't have to snap the ball if they don't want to, but they may, and they do. Pitch it back to Tremblay. Tremblay shakes off one tackler in the backfield, now turns it into a positive, now a real big positive. Tremblay all the way to the end zone, touchdown. Dubois Rams. Boy, it looked like he was going to be stopped there momentarily in the backfield, but he just kept his legs churning and shook off a couple of would-be defenders, and once you do that, you've only got so many guys to beat when there's only 6 defenders, and Tremblay takes it all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, like I said, again, he kind of is just patient and then makes one move, and it pays off, and looks like Dubois will go for the 2-point kick here in just a moment.
Cooper Kinsler again, as time has expired in the first quarter. I've seen back-to-back low snaps on PATs. See if they can correct that. There's a much better snap. Put down well and kicked through the uprights successfully by Cooper Kinsler. So, as time has expired here in the first quarter, it's Dubois 24, Casper Christian 6. Can we take a timeout? Let's take a timeout on the County 10 Sports Network.
FremontMotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
Did you see Allison at lunch today? I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text Allison. Hey, hold up, Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro? You're late.
If you're looking for an upgrade to your vehicle, Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Rhoda Moore. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175. Wyoming.
Second quarter set to begin from Natrona County High School. Jared Anderson and Wyatt Barijka. I've not called you Wyatt Tremblay yet. Wyatt Tremblay just scored a touchdown for Dubois, their third score of the game. Successful extra points, which in six-man football is an extra 2 points 3 times in a row. Casper's lone touchdown of the quarter had a bobbled hold that resulted in a complete pass, but not into the end zone. And the extra point attempt failed there. That's how we've got to 24-6. Cooper Kinsler's got it on the tee, ready to kick it away. Will kick a low line drive to an upman. It's fielded right away by Casper Christian. Down on one knee was one of the up receivers at the 28-yard line. That's where the Mountaineers will take over offensively, as Timothy Hubert and his offensive teammates will huddle up.
Yeah, again, they kicked it out of bounds early in the first quarter, and so now they're kind of just squib it up the middle, essentially, is how they've kind of gone at it. And, I mean, either way, it's paid off. They've only given up one score in the contest. It's 24-6 on your Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard.
Mentioned Hubert and Casper Christian throw it a lot more than most six-man football teams. Hubert 3 of 4 so far, does have a touchdown pass through the air. That's just the second touchdown through the air, is almost a fumble, was on a bounce when they tried to pitch it back to William Hubert. And they'll blow the play dead. They'll say it was out of bounds, I guess, blowing the play dead. And that'll back up the Mountaineers all the way inside of their own 20. The down marker will be stuck at about the 16-yard line. Tough deciphering for me exactly where the out-of-bounds lines are since they're not marked here. I thought
it's in the numbers. We know that for sure. We don't know if it's at the bottom. They kind of ruled that one kind of more towards the top, though, in this one. And that was a conversation between the officials and Casper Christian early on. Timeout was taken by Dubois, Jared, on that play.
Yeah, I want to thank Eyes on Fremont, making our County 10 Game of the Week possible. 3 days in a row for football. Wyatt, you had Shoshone and Big Piney on Thursday. Wyatt was in Rollins with the Lander Tigers last night. Scott Fuller and myself over in Douglas, and made the short drive over to Casper last night to hang around for this one as we bring you some six-man football. Again, with 9:54 remaining second quarter, it's Dubois 24, Casper Christian 6. It's fun to have these triple headers. We should do it more often, right, Wyatt? Put some more miles on your car.
Only had a double header. I got the triple header going on.
I'm volunteering you for more work. That's what I'm doing.
No, but, Dubois is one of those teams right now, considered one of the 2 Fremont County teams in the postseason right now. Obviously, they have aspirations more than just getting to the postseason, and we'll see how Dubois can do it here on out. And, again, like we said earlier, kind of probably most likely a road playoff team to start off.
I've got to estimate how long this second down is. They don't put it on the scoreboard here. It's second down and a whole lot after they lost yardage on the fumble. They'll give it to William Hubert. Hubert is driven backwards. Siler Hess was in there, and a couple other Dubois participants. Hayden Howard made a great play in the backfield too, but now third and forever.
Yeah, running up the middle, just try to cut down some of the yardage they lost in that last play. That's normally what you see in most football levels, is try to chop some of that yardage away here. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Mountaineers elected to go through the air, just because they are willing to go through the air in the passing game.
Looking at their stats, courtesy of WyoPreps.com earlier today, have not seen the Mountaineers attempt very many punts this season. We haven't seen them attempt a punt in this game, and depending on what happens here, it'll be an interesting situation. Third and very long. Hubert backs up to throw, looking for Howe again. Howe brings it in. What a great catch. He's wrestled to the turf finally by Hess, but he picks up a big gainer on third and long, and it'll be a fresh set of downs for Casper Christian.
I don't know how much better you could have put that bread in the basket right there, Jared. Heck of a throw, heck of a catch. I mean, I don't think Dubois could even have gotten to it, even though they were doing well coverage. But first down here for the Mountaineers. Best drive, I guess, now at this point. And, well, we won't know if they were going to punt it on a third and fourth and forever as well, because they just got the first down.
Ball into Dubois territory at the 31-yard line, despite being right at midfield on a traditional football field in the NC logo here from Natrona County High School. Great tackle by Wyatt Tremblay, who just soared into the backfield and will drive William Hubert backwards.
Looked like that was kind of more of a angry tackle right there, just based after his reaction and high-fiving his teammate there. And, heck of a play there. It's going to be second down and a little bit back.
The way Wyatt flew into that play, that's what you want up front on your highlight reel when you're looking at colleges here, as the senior making a great play defensively. Timothy Hubert.
As a recruit is Wyatt Tremblay.
Pitch it back to William Hubert. That's actually Jay Cole who was back there lined up at quarterback, and they'll pitch it back to Cole. So they go Cole to William Hubert, who throws it to Cole, and it'll be a positive gain of about 4.
Just trying to get what they can, and nice job there getting rid of it. Possibly the last possible second you had, and third down and inside the 15, so a little bit manageable here, but it's third and long.
3rd and 14. Hubert stands in the shotgun. Actually, that's Cole back there again. We'll pitch it, and now has a receiver in Timothy Hubert. So the starting quarterback was lined up as a receiver, and will go forward for a gain of about 7. And it'll bring up 4th and 7 now at the Dubois 23-yard line.
And they're going to go for this. This is obviously within reach for them.
90 yards of total offense now for Casper, as they are looking at their 3rd 4th down attempt to the ball game. Pitch it to William Hubert, who dances around. William versus Jonah Ord. Ord will lurch forward and tackle him. William Hubert did a great job to turn that into a positive play and get near the sticks. In fact, he is real close, but it'll still be a turnover on downs. Came up about a yard short after the good running attempt. Jonah Ord was all over him in the backfield, and good pursuit from Jonah.
Yeah, I think he was really wanting to get rid of that passing-wise, but really couldn't do anything. And I like how all the passers for Casper Christian so far are really waiting for something to develop, and sometimes that might come and hurt you as well as you let things develop too long. And in that case there, it's short. They were able to make something out of nothing.
Have played 3 minutes and 16 seconds of the second quarter. High snap fielded by Wyatt Tremblay. Hands it back to Hess, who dumps it off to Tremblay again. Tremblay's got a lot of space and a couple of defenders to beat as he spins across the 40, still going, and is tackled all the way into Mountaineer territory down to the 32-yard line. Good pickup on the first play of the drive.
Yeah, had a blocker there and kind of backed up Casper Christian just a little bit and got a little bit extra. And just like that, one play inside territory for Casper Christian at the 33. And we got a timeout taken as well now by Casper Christian, as well as clock is at 6:29.
We'll step aside for a real quick timeout with them. 6:29 to play second quarter. Dubois 24, Casper Christian 6. Back after this on the County 10 Sports Network.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach programs. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
.6:29 to play second quarter. Glad you're with us on our County 10 Game of the Week, brought to you by Eyes on Fremont. It's Dubois 24, Casper Christian 6. First ever meeting between these two teams. Witnessing history, Wyatt.
Yeah, wasn't it? In all aspects. I mean, this is a big one just because Dubois and Casper Christian can put something in the books in history, and I'm sure Wyoming-football.com, Patrick will put that in there as happened. And really, it's just a historical season at the varsity level for Casper Christian. They played the JV schedule a couple of years, and first time they'll contend, hopefully, for postseason play as they will hope for.
New quarterback takes the snap. They'll give it to Jonah Ord, who gets forward for 2 on the rushing attempt. Pick out who was back there for Dubois in just a second.
Yeah, just kind of simple running play right there, and taking what they can get out of that play, and it'll be second down, about 13 to go here for the Dubois Rams, and we know it's really nothing for them as they've been able to put a few scores up already in this one. 24-6. Nobody scored in this second quarter either. That score last came at the end of the first.
Was Xander Hawkins last time. Have Xander as the sophomore backup quarterback for this team. Now Hess is back in there. Pitched it back to Tremblay. Tremblay with a little bit of hand fighting to get a defender off of him in the backfield. Now we'll turn it into a positive. And near a first down all the way down to about the 16-yard line. And the official says, come on to the chain crew. We'll set up a first and I believe still 15 because they are right at the 16-yard line. So Dubois will be able to pick up a first down at about the 1.
Not sure if that was a busted play from the beginning as Tremblay, it looked like he was trying to hand it off to somebody and then kind of had to make something out of nothing there, at least just based on what that play looked like.
Unofficially now on his 8th carry, Tremblay surpasses the 100-yard mark in the game. Hawkins back in there. We'll give it to Tremblay, who goes untouched to the end zone from 16 yards out. His 3rd touchdown of the football game. Wyatt Tremblay is in at the 5:01 mark in the second quarter.
Well, there's your first score, and that was just perfect opening. And I mean, you say 100 yards in the game, but that's kind of a norm in six-man football for, I feel like Wyatt Tremblay, that's a norm for him. It feels like 300's an average. Good game for him.
Yeah, Wyatt averages about 250 yards per game as Cooper Kinsler in for another extra point attempt. Snap is high this time, fielded nicely by Tremblay, and Kinsler will knock it through. So it is now Dubois 32, Casper Christian 6 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Wyatt Tremblay with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. We'll step aside for a quick break. It'll be Mountaineer football when we come back on the County 10 Sports Network.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
Jared Anderson here, Wyatt Barijka to my right as we stumble our way through trying to learn the ins and outs of six-man football. I'm just throwing you under the bus. Mainly it's me. Wyatt has to correct me about every 6 seconds from something I'm seeing in six-man football. What I do know is the score is Dubois 32, Casper Christian 6 with 5:01 remaining second quarter.
It helps when there's something visibly seen for you, Jared, to be able to see the scoreboard.
I know that I think I'm right about that. They'll try a little onside kick here, and I think Dubois is going to be on it. That may be the kicker who came up with it. Actually, no, that's not. It was Kinsler who kicked it, and a Ram in there, Caleb Gleim, will recover it for Dubois. So up 32-6. You get a little tricky with the kickoff, and the onside kick is recovered, and the Dubois offense is right back out there. Got to be pretty backbreaking for Casper Christian after you just gave up a big play, and now your defense right back out there.
Well, they were ready for it too, Jared. Casper Christian was. It just bounced right on over Casper Christian on that play.
Handed off to Wyatt Tremblay. He's got all kinds of daylight. One play, Tremblay to the end zone. Another touchdown for the Dubois Rams.
Well, I guess now we know why they did an onside kick. And I was going to say right before the break, Jared, that wasn't going to be the last touchdown we see from Tremblay, and that just became the case, and that's not the last touchdown either. I don't think we're going to see today. You take a look at your replay. It's presented by Myers Gambles, located on 420 Main Street in Lander. Turnaround shop in town. And we are only on video as well for folks who may be trying to figure out why we're not on the radio aspect.
Snap mishandled. Kinsler tried to kick it anyway. Kicks it low into a lineman. Nothing he could really do with it there. May have been smarter to try to not put the hold down and to pick it up and try to throw it or something. But the first botched extra point we've seen so far in this one, but another Dubois touchdown after the onside kick, and another big Wyatt Tremblay run. That time was 33 yards away. Scoreboard on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard goes Dubois 38, Casper Christian 6. Keep it right here, Wyatt, so I can bring you the Wyoming Catholic College Student of the Week. Every week, county10.com and Wyoming Catholic College recognizes Students of the Week. You can filter through all the Dubois High School students. This week, it's Mia Chandler. Mia is a great student, considerate and helpful to her classmates, was described as a positive and stellar example of what a student should be. Mia plays volleyball, is also a member of the Dubois Student Council. In her free time, loves the outdoors, loves hiking, paddleboarding, and camping. After graduation, she would like to attend the University of Wyoming to study English and aspires to become an author. Mia is the daughter of Karen and Shannon Chandler. Congratulations to Mia Chandler, your Wyoming Catholic College Student of the Week from Dubois High School. 4:53 to play, second quarter. Dubois with a 38-6 advantage on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard.
Do they dare to onside it again? That's the real question here.
It certainly worked last time. It'll be a low-line drive, not an onside kick, but it'll finally squirt free to Cole, who picks it up and carries it across the 25, finally wrapped up and brought down at about the 28.
Not a bad return there. Now, if you're Casper Christian, you're really needing points here. I think this is in my opinion, must-score drive here just to kind of keep the deficit not as big as it is, because, Jared, sometimes in six-man football, most games, at least in the state of Wyoming that we have seen throughout this season, it's kind of been lopsided on both sides of things.
Dubois will return home for the final two games. They've got Hannah Elk Mountain next Friday, Burlington in 2 weeks for senior night.
That's our game of the week.
Dubois High School will be up there in the high country, beautiful Dubois, Wyoming. Throw it out into the flat for Howe, who gets some positive yardage. Actually, that's Jay Cole. I beg your pardon. Jay Cole will be knocked out of bounds after a pickup of about 6 through the air.
Again, no clear out-of-bounds line, so the officials had today really going to have to kind of estimate, and they've been pretty consistent. Top of the numbers is like more towards the top of the numbers has been where they've kind of been saying that's out at, and they've been very consistent, so that's a good thing to see on the official side.
It was weird. I'm sure they had a different discussion since I was down there, but when I was down there, they said it would be the bottom of the numbers that are ruled out of bounds. Now they're saying the top. Flare it out again to Cole. Cole's got a lot of running room, yards after the catch. Touchdown saving tackle from Hess, but he is into Dubois territory on a nice pickup there for the Mountaineers.
The Mountaineers, yes, they are a passing team, but it's been more of the quick, short passes, have the receivers make a move, and that's really been what's been the successful part of it. I mean, it hasn't shown on the scoreboard, but it's really been what's been helping get them down the field, the short passes.
Junior Jay Cole, 4 catches, 33 yards. Ball is at the Dubois 24, 1st and 15. Clock at 4:15 and continues to move. Second quarter, Dubois with the big lead here early, 38-6.
Looks like they're setting the house here for Dubois, but you never know because everybody's eligible.
Timothy Hubert hands back to William Hubert, who is tackled again. Wyatt Tremblay soaring in there, makes the shoestring tackle and a gain of 1.
Like I said, you don't know what's going to happen, but most of the time, running plays, Dubois ready for that. Makes a short stop right there.
Williams carried it 8 times for 22 yards, has lost yardage on 2 different plays, including one where he lost 7, so that's hurt his average a little bit, but Dubois' defense has done a nice job keeping their leading rusher pretty in check so far. Second down and about 14 after William may have gained a yard last time. Timothy on the run, wants a receiver, incomplete. Jonah Ord with the defense, wanted William Hubert, who came out of the backfield, acted as a receiver. Pass goes incomplete, and the third incomplete pass of the ball game for Hubert.
Like what Hubert's done so far at quarterback as far as the passing game goes. Kind of locating the ball where he wants it, sometimes a little off, but he's had some pretty good passes in this game as well, and probably almost had a good one there if the receiver kind of stayed on his route just a little bit, but good job by Dubois on the coverage.
Timeout before we can get the play away, as Coach Ryan Harrison wants to talk over this 3rd and 14. Let's step aside. It's Dubois 38 and Casper Christian 6. Big third down play coming up after a break on the County 10 Sports Network.
Your Fremont County news leader. We're everywhere. On the web, mobile, social, and on your radio dial. With all the news you need to feel connected. From sports to board meetings and community features, we work hard to bring you all the latest updates you care about. Visit us today at county10.com. County 10. Community. Connected.
Third down and 14 coming up after the timeout from Casper Christian. They trail Dubois 38-6 with 3:10 remaining in the second quarter. I've seen Casper Christian pick up a couple of lengthy third down conversions. Hubert getting it done through the air. He lines up under center this time. Man in motion. Out to the left side is Cull. They'll pitch it back to William Hubert. William stares at a lot of Dubois Rams and does not have any room, as making the tackle after a gain of 1 was Wyatt Tremblay, and I saw big number 87 there for Dubois. Get you a name in just a second. That might have been Hayden Howard, 88.
Hubert having to come off. It looked like he took a shot to the side, and ouch, that's got to hurt, and so hopefully he is all right.
4 down territory, you'd have to think, despite it being 4th and close to 14. A huge gain from William last time, well executed all over by Dubois' defense. We'll get another stoppage and another timeout by Coach Harrison before this one. So wanted to talk over the third down play and now wants to talk over the 4th down play.
I think, too, the injury kind of maybe had a little bit of a distraction because he was right on the sideline. And, again, you hope he is all right. But I want to give a shout-out. Again, we hope he's all right. But, again, shout-out to both schools, both towns, to come out and support their teams today. Dubois making having a long road trip to Casper, and sometimes it's not the best drive from Shoshone to Casper.
Yeah, definitely. It is a well-attended ball game for 6-man football here at Natrona County High School. A lot of buzz around the school today. There's volleyball happening inside with Cheyenne South taking on Natrona County, as we keep an eye on William Hubert, who took that shot. They're addressing a leg injury and have the trainers around him, so you get a feel for a kid who has produced a lot this year and is in some pain on the sideline. Different formation for Casper Christian than we've seen. Are they going to punt it away? They'll pitch it back to Cole. Cole's going to try to run with it. Jonah Ord had a chance at the tackle. Cole gets away from him. Cole to the outside and will not pick up the first down. Thought for a second he was going to get free for it. Does pick up a gain of 12 or 13, but Dubois did a nice job stretching it out in their secondary and not allowing a first down.
You would hope that sometimes it's not 1st and 15. You would hope that's just 10 yards. He would have easily had it. But, again, another drive that kind of stalls Jared Akeem that will probably start by the time this one is over. Little Snake River and Camet. That's a big one probably for the South Conference. There's 2 weeks left in the season. And both teams would have the tiebreaker over Dubois for a home playoff game.
Yeah, Coach Tremblay said that's one he's real interested in today, as I think everybody in six-man football is. Give it to Tremblay, who plows forward for a gain of 6 on first down. Wyatt now with 161 rushing yards on 11 carries. 4 of those carries have gone for touchdowns.
When has Little St. Ever not had a game of a week this year?
They're good.
They've been, I feel like, Wild Preps has a game of the week as well as there's a carry by Tremblay again, but it's like they've been on almost every game of the week this year, it feels like, for them.
Timeout asked for by Coach Tremblay with 1:33 remaining in the half. Trying to maybe salvage some of that clock, but also as a third down to chat about, be about a 3rd and 7 coming up here.
I'd be curious to see if they go to the air. They do have 1 timeout left to play with. Casper Christian is out of timeouts for the rest of this half, and 93 seconds, really anything can happen, you feel like, here in this second quarter of play.
I want to thank Baldwin Creek Rental in Lander, making our County 10 Game of the Week possible. They've got you covered from equipment rental to party rentals. 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander. They wish all Fremont County athletes good luck. Also, thanks to Sutherland's. They've got what you need for every project. Stop by Sutherland's at North Federal in Riverton. Sutherland's saying good luck to Fremont County athletes. Today specifically, good luck to the Dubois Rams.
Got some volleyball action. Dubois in Basin for some jamboree play. Also, this football field, Jared, has also been redone this year, too. So this is the first year that they're playing on this turf for Natrona as well, as they got a win over Campbell County yesterday.
3rd and about 7 for the Rams. 2 in the backfield. They'll hand it off to the first man through. He's got a first down and a whole lot more. That's Jonah Ord. Ord's going to take this one all the way to the house. Jonah, touchdown, Dubois Rams from his own 21-yard line. And Dubois continues the onslaught of points.
44-6. That was a misdirection pitch. They faked the pitch to the back. They give it to the fullback or essentially, the fullback on that play, and just kind of took off and somehow got through that crowd of players as well through that one. So nice job by him on the touchdown play by Kistler.
Cooper on for another extra point attempt. Last one did not go as planned. High snap again, fielded nicely by Tremblay, who puts it down, and Cooper Kinsler, the freshman, knocks it through the uprights, making the score with 1:20 remaining in the second quarter. Dubois 46, Casper Christian 6. Let's take a timeout. You are watching Dubois Ram football on the County 10 Sports Network.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
Redden, Kane & Associates. CPAs is your go-to source for tax, financial, and business solutions. Our experienced professionals are trusted and know the numbers. We're dedicated to providing personalized attention to each of our clients. Whether you're an individual or a business, we're here to help with all your accounting needs. Let us do the math for you. Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Elevate.
Dubois continues the onslaught of points. They lead Casper Christian 46-6 with still 1:20 remaining in the second quarter. Jonah Ord's second touchdown of the day. Big 56-yard scamper for Jonah, and it's Kinsler again with it teed up. See what Dubois elects to do with the kickoff here.
Casper Christian back it up a little bit more, and there we go. That's why you back up as much as you do right there.
Try the onside kick again, and that time it's recovered pretty easily by Casper Christian.
Casper Christian they immediately start just diving for the football. You never know if that bounces. That possibly is a Dubois football possession that they steal. Casper Christian probably last chance here. No timeouts left. 80 seconds to play as their Dubois drive took only 13 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, on their scoring play.
Austin Tuttle coming up with the onside kick recovery for the Mountaineers. See if they can put together a drive here. They look like they were having some positive momentum as their drive ended last time. Good pressure that time on Timothy Hubert, who throws it out of bounds incomplete. First time we've seen him hassled in the backfield.
Probably took a little bit longer than you hope for. If nothing's open, I would just get rid of it, just because of how much clock is left, and you're not working with timeouts.
Second down and 15 coming up. Ball right at midfield at the 40-yard line.
For 11-man fans out there.
Which is just making my brain hurt, Wyatt. I'm going to be completely transparent with our audience. I'm not used to the 6-man game. I promise you, if I do get the opportunity to come back, and I hope I do, I will be more improved with my 6-man knowledge. Hand off to Hubert. Hubert is spun for a loss. Hess was there and didn't let him go. Jonah Ord comes in to help things out, and we go backwards a yard. It is good to see William Hubert out there again, though, after the injury he came off with last series for Casper Christian.
Yeah, based on kind of the urgency, they're probably just going to let this go to the half. Probably one final play.
Yeah, you almost want to get defensive and not give the ball back to the Rams. But 3rd and 16 coming up with 38 seconds to play in the second quarter. Dubois that 40-point lead. High snap is handled by Timothy. Give it a look downfield. Now we'll let it fly. Had a receiver, and it goes off of his intended target, Zane Kaiser's hands. Had him there, delivered a really good football, but Zane unable to gather it in, and now 4th and 16 coming up with 23 seconds left in the half.
You heard David from the far sideline again. That just saw. I felt like he saw that coming all the way, and you said they were maybe going defensive, but they're really not on that one. They probably had 6 there if it was caught. But looks like Casper Christian might punt this away based on how deep they are.
Yeah, this looks like a punt. Zane Kaiser coming back with just 23 seconds left in the half. I'm sure they're trying to not give up another easy one to the Rams before we go to the locker room. Kaiser will put the toe to it, gets off a real good punt that is going to hit inside of the 10 and bounce into the end zone. So almost too good of a punt as it goes for a touchback with 23 seconds left in the half. Dubois on top of the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard, 46-6 from Natrona County High School.
Felt like you gave him plenty of time. It feels like just the way Dubois has played today, it feels like 23 seconds feels like an eternity for them as far as possessions that they have had.
Again, encourage your interaction. If you're watching along with us on County 10's YouTube or Facebook page, feel free to use that comment section. Drop us a line with where you're watching from. We'll give you shout-outs and hellos as the broadcast continues. Welcome everybody back in Dubois in Fremont County watching along with us. See what the Rams can do here. That's Hawkins. Hawkins into the ball game, has a man to Howard. Howard is out of bounds. Thought he was going to make it all the way to the end zone, but the closest official to us did a good job of eyeballing that he was out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. But a nice delivered ball from sophomore Xander Hawkins to Hayden Howard for Howard's first reception.
Well, it stops the clock, but again, that's what happens when you don't have those sidelines, and maybe that's the one disadvantage. Dubois has been playing with sidelines, and here we go.
Pitch it to Tremblay. Tremblay looking for a hole on the right side. He's got it, and he is in. Looked like he was close to the sideline again, but officials say he did not step out of bounds. Tremblay is in with 6 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
We thought for a second he wasn't in there. We both had to be sure because the down marker looked like he was adjusting for a while. But here we go with the PAT. And, it feels like the high snap is probably better off than going low snap for some reason for the Rams.
Wyatt has done a great job as the holder of adjusting to those, playing catcher. Tremblay gets the snap down. Kinsler gets the kick away. Looks good. It is good. And with 6 seconds remaining in the first half, it is now Dubois 54, Casper Christian 6.
This broadcast is brought to you by Perfect Power, Porter's Mountain View Supply, Wyoming 4x4, Reddit and Kane Associates, Wyoming Catholic College, Myers Gambles, Bailey's Enterprise, Sutherland's, Baldwin Creek Rentals, State Farm Agent Justice Jacobs, Mama's Kitchen, Northside Auto Body Shop, Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, Elevate Rehab, Edward Jones Financial Advisor John P. Shade, Fremont Chevy, Central Bank and Trust, and Eyes on Fremont.
Wyatt Tremblay has scored 5 touchdowns in this game. He had 19 on the season, so that tells me he's at 24 for the season now, and he's still got a half to go as Dubois up 54-6.
I'll have to ask about the clock rule just because of how big of a lead Dubois has at this moment in time. And again, 6-man football, more points are expected. The 60s, it feels like it's a regular thing for 6-man football, as they got a big win last week for the Rams.
Junior Jake Cull is back to receive the Cooper Kinsler kick with just 6 seconds remaining in the half. Kinsler, low line drive again. It may or may not come to Cull. It does now, and it's a fight for the football. We'll see who's on it here. Interesting. I think Dubois scoops it up. Kinsler is going to take this to the end zone. That's a live football. The clock never started there, but live football. And Cooper Kinsler recovers the fumble. We'll look at it here on the Gambles replay.
Well, they can't change the call. But you got to wonder if he was touched, though. That would have been the question, and I think the officials are discussing it because they let the play out. And that's why you let things play, because if it turns out to be that's not the discussion, then it's going to be Dubois football, just where the spot of the ball is. And either way, clock never went down.
Yeah, I think because he was touched right away, which is what I thought, at least live and in the moment, happened as Casper Christian sent it to the locker room. So is that the end of the half?
And David Tremblay is having a discussion now with the officials.
There's still 6 seconds remaining on the scoreboard. Casper Christian has left the field, and now the officials giving Dubois an explanation as the Rams will leave the field as well. So
that will be half.
I don't understand the last 6 seconds of the second quarter at all, frankly, but thought Cooper Kinsler recovered a fumble. There was still 6 seconds. I don't know if the clock started after the touch, so those 6 seconds may have elapsed while they were fighting for the football.
That was what I was wondering, because one of the upmen looked like they were going to field it, and it looked like it may have just slightly touched him, at least from our point of view. And so it looked like maybe the clock should have started at that point, so it should have been half either way. So we are at the half. Dubois just kind of running away with this one, 54-6.
Yeah, interesting half of football. Rams certainly look good. Wyatt Tremblay has found the end zone 5 times. Jonah Ord has found the end zone as well for Dubois. Coming up, we've got your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. We will take a look at some first half stats, scoring summary, and we'll also look at a few other scores of interest from around the states. A couple of games of interest coming up tonight, and we will also look at some Fremont County sports to tell you about. First, we'll step aside again at the half. It's all Dubois Rams so far in this one. Dubois 54, Casper Christian 6. You are watching the County 10 Game of the Week on the County 10 Sports Network.
from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, Dubois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
If you're looking for the best home cooking in Lander, look no further than Ma'am Ma's Kitchen. Our mouth-watering menu will have you coming back for more. From our famous Ma'am Ma's breakfast to our burgers, we got something for everyone. Our friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make us the perfect spot for a family meal or a night out with friends. Don't take our word for it. Check out our rave reviews. Call us today or visit our Facebook page to learn more.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
Central Bank and Trust is a local bank that is focused on technology and convenience. We have a simpler online mortgage application process. You can use your computer or mobile device to upload required documents and sign them online. We have a variety of personal and business banking services. Stop in or visit centralbanktrust.com. We live here. We work here.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true with investments. Hi, I'm John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and I can be your financial coach. Give me a call at 335-7722 today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It is the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. Our thanks to the Wyoming Department of Transportation, reminding you to always wear your seatbelt in Wyoming, no matter how far or short your drive is. Seatbelts save lives. Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. Well, Wyatt, this one has certainly favored Dubois through the first 2 quarters at 54-6. And we'll see what happens in the second half. Obviously, 6-man football is so much fun because even at 54-6, you feel like there's still a little bit of doubt with Casper Christian able to score quickly, but certainly the first 2 quarters looked positive for Rams fans.
Yeah, this feels like it's in reach in a sense because, like you were mentioning, it's 6-man football. It's a little bit different than 9-man and 11-man football. But, Dubois just going to, I don't know what else they could do. Definitely pass coverage could be a little bit better as they kind of let a couple of big shots happen. One of them was caught, another one was went through the hands in a sense. But Dubois, everything else has been, I think, as good as you can ask for a long road game for them. And Casper Christian just trying to get something going. They've had some drives that it's just been stalled. They've let 4th down conversions attempted but failed, but overall it's been Dubois football. It's been kind of just Dubois in general.
Absolutely. Looking at first half statistics, I will say, I always do, even when I feel like I'm on the ball. These are unofficial. I know I missed a couple of plays because of some technical stuff we were dealing with, so these are very, very unofficial. But I've got Casper Christian 140 yards of total offense. On the other side, Dubois 348 yards of total offense. Casper Christian's starting quarterback, Timothy Hubert, has thrown the ball 11 times, completed 6 of those. William Hubert from the running back position has thrown twice, is 1 for 2. William is the leading ball carrier, has carried the football 10 times for 22 yards, did go backwards a couple of times, which has slightly skewed his numbers. Receiving the football for the Mountaineers, Jay Cole, 4 catches, 33 yards. Gideon Howe has had a couple of big completions, 3 catches, 68 yards, including 1 for a touchdown. For Dubois offensively, Siler Hess has thrown the football 3 times. He is 2 of 3. Xander Hawkins came in, threw the football twice. He is 1 of 2, but did throw a big 42-yard pass to Hayden Howard late in the second quarter. Wyatt Tremblay has carried the ball 13 times, 184 yards, has 5 touchdowns on the ground. Jonah Ord has carried the football twice for 58 yards. Receiving targets, 3 with a catch, including Wyatt Tremblay, who had a 27-yard catch. Jonah Ord had a 20-yard catch. Hayden Howard has had the biggest play of the game for Dubois that did not result in a touchdown, if that makes sense, for 42 yards. Recapping some of the scoring in this one, we'll go all the way back to the first quarter. It took until the 5:28 mark of the first to get our first points with Wyatt Tremblay from 30 yards out. PAT was good, making it 8-0. At the 2:43 mark of the first quarter, Jonah Ord had a 20-yard catch from Hess. PAT also good, 16-0. Gideon Howe had a catch from his own 28-yard line with the 1:13-minute mark of the first quarter. That was the only Mountaineer touchdown we have seen so far, which made the game at that point 16-6. And then on the final play of the first quarter, Wyatt Tremblay ran it from 28 yards out, giving the Rams a 24-6 first quarter advantage. In the second quarter, at the 5:01 mark, it was Wyatt Tremblay again from 16 yards out. After an onside kick and one more play, Wyatt Tremblay again 33 yards out at that point, making the score 38-6. With 1:20 remaining in the half, Jonah Ord had a 56-yard run, and with just 6 seconds remaining in the half, Wyatt Tremblay carried the ball in from the 21-yard line, giving us our halftime score of 54-6 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard.
Yeah, and like I said, it's been all Dubois, and they've taken advantage of some Casper miscues, and onside kick, I think, was a big one that I felt like that was something that just kind of drove this game to what this point has been so far. And you're seeing some Dubois players. They're not on our screen right now, but you got some Dubois players already out of this timeout with 6 minutes left to go. So, and it looks like it's the young guys. So, and gal, we got to mention there is a gal on this football team for Dubois, and I believe it's the first time ever that Dubois has had a female athlete.
Really cool story. Brianna Grove is, the first girl female football player ever for the Dubois Rams. Randy Tucker had a little bit of a preseason story on the Rams. Mentioned Brianna. She hasn't had an awful lot of playing time, but she is just a freshman, keep in mind, and pretty darn cool to make some history there. She's listed as a tight end and a defensive back at just 5 foot, 100 pounds. Brianna Grove, first female football player ever at Dubois High School. So a lot of cool things going on in the Dubois community, and it's been, we've at some point in the broadcast got to mention the fight that head coach David Tremblay has gone through with his diagnosis. It's been years that he's had to battle with a cancer diagnosis that he has very valiantly, and the silver lining, the cool thing after just a tough diagnosis and a tough fight is how the entire community of Dubois has rallied around Coach Tremblay. There are fundraisers constantly. There are things going on in the community for him. And not only that, but when Dubois goes on the road, you see other people across the state, friends, neighbors, opponents, all coming together to support Coach Tremblay. So that's been heartwarming and inspiring to see, and the community of Dubois just has so much going for it.
Yeah, and most people might know this is the kind of the hoorah for Tremblay, and of course his son Wyatt Tremblay in his senior season, and like we've been mentioning, kind of recruiting. So you hope Dubois can make it to Laramie, kind of put the cherry on top of what's been a tremendous career for David Tremblay here in Dubois, and while we're in Casper, but for the Dubois community.
Yeah, definitely. And on-field success is amazing, but in my book, at least with stuff like that, larger than life, larger than football stuff, Coach Tremblay and these Dubois Rams, the community, already winners for sure, no matter how they do on the football field. It has been all Dubois in this one, 54-6. They lead Casper Christian. This has been the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show, reminding you to always wear your seatbelt. Seatbelts save lives, and we will take a break and get you set for second half action. Plus, we'll take a glance at some scores of interest from Wyoming high school football in just a bit as well. 54-6, Rams on top at the half. You are watching Dubois football on the County 10 Sports Network.
Tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just tires.
Baldwin Creek Rental Service in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and athletics here in Fremont County. Baldwin Creek Rental Center understands how expensive specific equipment can be, especially if it is for a one-time use or event. That is why they offer tools, equipment, and party supply rentals. For many years, Baldwin Creek has provided services to clients in Lander and the surrounding areas. From lawn and garden projects to graduation parties, they have the right equipment for you. Baldwin Creek Rental Centers, 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander.
Northside Auto Body Shop in Lander is proud to support sports and student athletes for the 22-23 season. Northside Auto Body is a staple in the Lander community and is primarily engaged in automotive body, paint, and interior repair and maintenance. If you hit a deer or have a vehicle accident, Northside will get your repairs handled and accept all forms of insurance. Javi and the crew got you covered at Northside Auto Body Shop, 323 North 2nd Street, Lander.
This is Maven, award-winning optics for the adventurous. From binoculars to spotting scopes, Maven has you covered. Be prepared for scouting, wildlife watching, or any outdoor adventure. As a proud sponsor of local high school sports, we wish all the Fremont County athletes the best of luck this season. Visit mavenbuild.com for more information and to order. Maven, discover something new.
Goddard Construction is a local contractor dedicated to our community. We're proud to support our student athletes in every sport, on and off the field. We believe in hard work, crafting excellence, and building legacies, one project at a time. We bring your vision to life. Visit GoddardConstruction.com to see what we can create for you. Goddard Construction, building Fremont County, one project at a time.
Just back here at the half at Natrona County High School, a beautiful day in the Oil City, and I gotta say, we're in Casper, Wyoming. The wind is hardly blowing. That we'll take that anytime you can get it in Casper.
Well, now it's going to come because you just said it.
Anywhere in Wyoming, really, but especially Casper, it feels like. There is a little bit of a breeze. It's never completely still in Casper, I don't think, but not nearly as bad as it could be for October in Wyoming, and we had a kickoff temperature of about 65 degrees, a picture-perfect blue sky with a lot of sunshine on us here at Natrona County High School, and a good crowd basking in that sunshine. Both teams represented well. A lot of Casper folks, of course, are here, but across the way and even close to us, see some Dubois Rams fans who made the trip, and talked to Coach Tremblay about the bus trip coming here, and he said, from Dubois, 3 hours on a bus is nothing. Like, that's a short trip for us.
You gotta think one player gets a row, and they are able to stretch their legs and kind of be able to relax instead of having two to a seat for some 11-man teams. So
yeah,
I feel like there is an advantage in the 6-man level as far as travel goes. And
yeah, exactly.
It's unfortunate travel for 11-man football.
You get more room on these smaller teams. Wasn't sure if they were going to put a few more minutes back on. They will. They're going to put 3 more minutes on before we get this one going. So we'll update you on a few things going on across the athletic weekend, and we'll start with Dubois volleyball. Wyatt mentioned that the Dubois Lady Rams are at the Basin Jamboree. They have 4 games on their schedule this weekend. Yesterday they lost to Upton in 3 straight sets, lost to Saratoga in 4. They have played Midwest this morning. Didn't see a score on that one yet, but that Midwest game should be complete, and then later this afternoon they will take on KC. So the Dubois ladies up in Basin at that Jamboree. Had a lot of Fremont County football games going on this weekend. There were 3 Fremont County football teams in action on Thursday. Wyatt, a game you did. We saw Big Piney knock off Shoshone 26-7. Wind River shut out Grable 49-0, and Wyoming Indian was able to pick up a game against Cody's junior varsity after St. Stephen's forfeited. Cody's JV also very good, as is their varsity team. Cody JV winning over Wyoming Indian 68-6. Wyatt, you were in Rollins last night. Lander was shut out by the Rollins Outlaws 19-0. Not mathematically eliminated yet from the playoffs or the Lander Tigers, but a disappointing outcome, I think, for LVHS fans.
And again, they don't give up, and that's the thing I like to see, is that the team was willing to fight till the very end. Really kind of got desperate late in that fourth quarter. That game was in reach really throughout until the fourth quarter. It was 13-0. A couple of field goals came about, and that could have been easily more of a 13-0 win for Rollins. But like you said, not mathematically out. You asked the question on your broadcast yesterday, and I send you that answer. I don't know how accurate my math was, but the fact that I was able to do that math as quickly as I did.
Anytime anybody has to do any math, I'm just relieved it's not me. So
well, again, the point differential is just it's unique that it's determined as early as it is.
Yeah. It's Riverton and Douglas last night. Scott Fuller and I were able to do that game. Douglas knocks off Riverton ultimately 25-17. Just a really wild game that had a lot of different scenarios. Riverton looked pretty good at moments, but Douglas does hold on to win. It's been 11 wins in a row, Douglas over Riverton now, and Douglas in good shape for a home playoff game now. But Riverton will be back home next Friday against Buffalo. We'll have that one for you on County 10's YouTube channel and on 105.1 Jack FM. What do you have with Lander next Friday?
One quick before I say Lander playing Werlen on Friday, but there's your answer. But I think Riverton. I mean, yes, it's a loss, and I know Mark Lenhart's not a moral victory guy, but I think that's as good of a loss as you can have. Some things came out for the Wolverines that didn't pan out. I think penalties were, a killer for them early on in the game that Scott Fuller mentioned, but really a good loss for the Wolverines. But like you said, it's just got to get through the rest of the season. You guys have Buffalo coming up. We got Werlen at Werlen, final road game there. 6 o'clock kickoff, KOVE, as well as the County 10 YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, we really appreciate it if you guys subscribe. I've been kind of pushing for that 1,000 subscriber mark as of late, and we're so close. I can't stress it enough.
We're just a few subscribers away. So what are you going to do for the 1,000th subscriber, Wyatt? I said
no idea.
A couple of times that it's a free high five from Wyatt Barijka. Are you going to offer up anything else? Take the 1,000th subscriber out to lunch or something?
I don't know what I can do. We can't know who the 1,000th is exactly what I'm going to have to...
I'm going to unsubscribe at
some drawing.
$9.99 and then resubscribe, so
Don't
you owe me something.
Don't do what people do to Mr. Beast, please.
Fumble on the kickoff recovery is gathered back in by Cole and Casper Christian, and a nice job on the kick coverage team from the Dubois Rams as we will start the third quarter. Dubois on top of Casper Christian at 54-6, and I think we got our answer on whether or not there would be a running clock here to start the second half because the clock is running.
Yep, 54-6, and so this second half is going to go probably as quick as possible. They'll stop on timeouts, touchdowns, and turnovers.
We'll see if Casper Christian scores here. I've heard two different theories on the running clock. I heard somebody on the field tell me it was 36 in six-man football, and then I heard from up here that it was 45. So the potential of Casper Christian getting back within 45 will come into effect if they could score here, potentially. Timothy Hubert is under center. He'll roll to his right, looking downfield, has an open man. It's completed. Big catch, big yardage from Jay Cole. Hubert to Cole, and Casper Christian fans making some noise for the first time in a while.
Yeah, it's taking a big shot early. They did that literally on their first play of the game on their side of the offense, and a big play just like that. They're in Dubois territory at the 26, and I think they're going to try to pick up the pace, try to get it as close as they can before the clock hits 0.
Cole's 5th reception of the game. He's got 79 yards receiving. Hubert under center. We'll pitch it back to William Hubert, who tries the left side, is muscled down by Wyatt Tremblay after picking up 3 on the carry.
I see on the bottom of your screen one of the players for Casper Christian not with a helmet on. It's because it's being worked on at the moment. So normally coaches expect you to keep your helmet on throughout the game, but he kind of has an excuse this time.
You mentioned the Casper Christian look with those plain white helmets, very clean. They do have some decals on the back of some of them, it looks like, but it's almost Penn State Nittany Lion looking.
Don't mind it. I like the no decal look sometimes.
Shovel pass to Howe, defended nicely by the Dubois Ram defense. Wyatt Tremblay was in there again. Hess was in there. And let me pick out one more Dubois Ram. Noah Hawkins, first time I've called Noah's name, a junior, getting it done defensively. Pickup of about 3 on the reception.
You know, it feels like the shovel pass has become more of a norm in a sense in all levels of the game.
3rd and 10 coming up. We've played 3 minutes of the second half. Play action pass complete to Cole. Not much there, and is shoved out of bounds. It'll bring up a 4th and 8.
Yeah, just kind of a quick pass. Like I said early in the contest, Jared, it's been really they want to kind of do passes. It's been more short variety. They will take their shots when they want to, and they're going to take a shot here, I guess, with 4th down as they're going for it.
4th and 8. We've seen them convert a couple of 4th downs and have their drive extinguished on 4th down a couple of times by the Dubois defense. That's going to get a little bit longer as we've got a procedure penalty on Casper Christian, one of the, I don't know if you want to call him a lineman or slot receiver or what that position is, but came out of his stance early.
Everybody's eligible in 6-man, so I don't know how you would put that. I mean, you still got a center, you still got some blockers when you need to put them in there, and so I feel like when you say what position they are, I don't think you could put a position title on them.
Positionless football, 4th and 14 now as pitch back to William Hubert. Wanted to throw for a second. Now he's going to tuck it and go. Dubois all over it. Going to be a turnover on downs. The Ram defender, Caleb Gleim, was right there. Gleim's made a lot of nice plays defensively. One of the senior leaders on defense for Dubois, and it'll be Ram football Clock at 5:30 in the third quarter continues to move with the running clock, and the Rams with that 54-6 advantage on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard.
Oh, I guess that takes away the clock stopping on turnovers.
Thanks to Wyoming 4x4 making this broadcast possible. Wyoming 4x4 located north of Riverton, your one-stop shop for vehicle upgrades from lifts to bumpers and bedliners. Give Wyoming 4x4 a call. Siler Hess will hand it behind him to Wyatt Tremblay. Tremblay is going to shake off one defender but is out of bounds. Good job stretching the play out defensively by William Hubert. Knocked out of bounds. Does pick up 6 on first down.
Got to wonder, too, as well, because this is a running clock, how long are they going to keep these starters out? And just see how long they'll keep it out here and let the younger guys get some opportunities.
Rams in no hurry necessarily with their huddle as 2nd and 9 coming up.
Like 2 huddles there at the moment.
Hess in the shotgun. As Wyatt Tremblay to one side. Ord goes in motion. Give it back to Wyatt. Wyatt wants to throw. He's got a man. It's complete. And off to the races are the Dubois Rams. Touchdown saving tackle. That time from behind, but a big pickup for Dubois. That's Xander Hawkins, who made the reception. Have seen Xander throw the football a couple times. Have not seen him catch the football.
I think that was an option play for Tremblay. He could have taken it easily and had the open receiver, and I think you're going to take the easy receiving route if you have it open, and now you're dang close to the end zone.
Dubois' total offense surpasses 350 yards. Hess in the gun. Receiver to either side. Tremblay with him in the backfield. Ord comes in motion. Give it to Tremblay. Left side. Try the edge. He is in. Touchdown, Dubois Rams. Wyatt Tremblay.
Actually, they only gave him 12 points on the scoreboard. We'll probably just kick the 2 here. Usually extra point. It's kind of weird to say kick for 2.
Here comes the extra 2.
The more we learned today, Jared, about 6-man football.
I warned everybody in the Porter's Tailgate show that you were going to be able to laugh at me and my 6-man football knowledge. And I hope everybody is having a good laugh. High snap. Put down by Tremblay, and a nice job by Cooper Kinsler, who's been just fantastic tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, as the scoreboard goes. Dubois 62, Casper Christian 6. Let's take a timeout. You're watching the Rams on the County 10 Sports Network.
Justice Jacobs State Farm Insurance Agency, where friends go. Justice and his team are dedicated to helping you protect what's important. We offer a variety of insurance products and services to help you protect what's important to you. With customizable coverage plans, safe driving rewards, and discounts, Justice Jacobs can help you create a solution that's right for you. Go Tigers! Visit us at 990 Main Street in Lander or online at insuredwy.com.
The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency is a proud supporter of Riverton High School Wolverine athletics. We understand the importance of community, and we're excited to be a part of it. As your neighbor, we're here to help you with all your insurance needs. We offer auto, homeowners, renters, business, and life insurance. So stop in and say hi, or give us a call today. The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency will be here for you.
Wyatt Tremblay from about 7 yards out to the end zone opens up the second half scoring, and Dubois in control of this one, 62-6 on top of Casper Christian, as the Rams hoping for their 4th win on the season. Still a lot of time left with 3:03 to play in the third quarter, but man, it's been the Wyatt Tremblay show on the ground, 6 touchdowns now.
Yeah, we kind of expected maybe the touchdowns, and Now we are sprinting to the kickoff tee.
I don't know where that football was, but the officials felt they had to run it all the way across the field at full speed to set Cooper Kinsler up. That was interesting to see the official have to go full speed there.
Beautiful field, though. Beautiful location as well for Natrona County High School.
It really is, and just amplified by a great day in Casper. Really nice weather here for October in Wyoming. Kinsler will put the toe to it, kick it to about the 10-yard line where Jake Cole fields it for the Mountaineers. Cole will cross the 20 and is knocked out of bounds at about the 23-yard line into the bench area, although it's weird to see the players on the actual playing surface and not on the sidelines, if you will. It's the sidelines technically in six-man football, but out there on the actual playing surface for 11-man football.
It's kind of the same thing at War Memorial Stadium. They do this exact same thing where the players are on the playing surface, and you're wondering why is there more than 6 men on the football field, but like we mentioned, War Memorial does do the sidelines here, to just don't have them, but they've done a good job, like I said, kind of playing it to the dead when it's needed.
Timothy Hubert, actually that's Cole at quarterback, will give it to Hubert, throws it, it's picked, taken away by Hess. Seiler has some daylight, he steps out of bounds, wanted the pick six, but just got caught too close to the sideline. Seiler Hess as the first interception of the game.
Like I said, it's hard to know where the sidelines are sometimes, and that probably would have been a big six, I think, if he didn't step out just the way he was taking off to the end zone. I think he knew it, too, that he did that exact thing.
Clock closing in on 2 minutes to play third quarter. Rams with a 62-6 advantage, and they're looking for more. They've got it at the Casper 19-yard line. Xander Hawkins again in at quarterback under center. Xander just caught a touchdown pass. Now he's going to pitch it behind him. Cooper Kinsler, speedy freshman, trying to get free. Flag flies in. Didn't get very much. In fact, no gain on the play, but we'll check the laundry.
And I think we got our answer when the young guys were going to come in, and it's been a 62-6 advantage. And
face mask is the call. Gonna say personal foul too, I think.
If you're Casper Christian at this point, you just want to get some momentum going into next week. And again, they're not out of the swing of things yet as far as standings go.
Yeah, Casper Christian picked up a couple of nice wins early, beating KC and Hannah Elk Mountain. Did drop games to Farson and Little Snake River. They were off last week. They'll play at Encampment next week. They're at Hewlett to close out the season, so this is their final home game, if you will.
And one more conference game. That's at Encampment, and Encampment not an easy out.
Give it to Cooper again, who tries the left side. Kinsler spins forward for 3 on first down. I don't know. Did the chains reset there on the holding call? They gave him a first down.
They gave him the face mask, the personal foul, from what I saw.
I'm just saying, shouldn't this be first and goal?
No.
Second down. Movement in the backfield as Kinsler came out of his stance. We'll back the Rams up.
Now getting some varsity experience as well, so taking advantage. And I don't believe a lot of six-man teams might not have a freshman team that you would expect.
Yeah, Cooper has contributed a lot to the Ram team as the kick returner, and out of the backfield.
Dubois Ram 5 yards down the field before the play starts.
Second down and 9, and a timeout by Coach Tremblay and the Rams with 1:01 remaining in the third quarter. Rams on top, 62-6. Let's take a quick timeout. We're back to wrap up the third quarter after this on the County 10 Sports Network.
Life is about the moments. The good and the bad, the big and the small. But sharing these moments has become messy and noisy. Until now, meet LifeKey. A new way to share in the moment with your closest friends and loved ones. With just a tap, LifeKey provides peace of mind and security without the distractions, and it never needs a battery or charging, so you can focus on the moments that matter most. Learn more at lifekey.co.
.101 remaining third quarter. Jared Anderson here, six-man football expert Wyatt Barijka to my right.
That's definitely not the case.
Keeping me on track. Xander Hawkins is in the shotgun. Tried to hand back to Kinsler. It's on the turf. Cooper did a great job to pick it up. Now he's going to turn it into a gain. And Cooper Kinsler gets 6 or 7 on the carry after putting the football on the turf. Good to see Cooper recover and turn it into a nice gain there, as it'll set up about a 3rd and 5 as we're at 35 seconds to play in the third quarter. It's one of the louder vehicles
I know,
I've heard
picked that up from the
going
mic all
by
the way
Cheney
up here.
Alumni Field. Something Wyatt would drive.
Probably not. Too tall.
Hawkins out to the right on the roll, will throw incomplete. Was looking for Dylan Wagner and couldn't come up with it, so Rams will face a 4th down, but first it'll be the end of the third quarter. So Rams will have a 4th and 5 coming up as we start the fourth quarter. It's been all Dubois here from Natrona County High School, 62-6. Come on back for the final 10 minutes with us on the County 10 Sports Network.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
The final 12 minutes are here. Who will come out on top? Find out here on County10.com.
It is the final 10 minutes. Well, not to correct John Gabrielson there and his expertise. Normally use that one for 11-man football, but final 10 minutes in 6-man football. Dubois comfortably in front, 62-6 with 10 minutes on the scoreboard and a running clock. Rams with the football to start the fourth quarter. Have a 4th and 5 coming up here as we switch sides.
Chain gang goes from the 25 to the 20. Had to sprint their way down to the other side of the football field. Reset themselves here.
There was not a lot of hustle initially there, but they're picking up the pace.
Hey, they got close to the end zone. Down about 2 yards short is where the first down marker is.
Dubois ready to go. Xander Hawkins again into the ball game at quarterback, goes under center, will turn and hand to Kinsler, and Kinsler has a lot of room. He is into the end zone from 9 yards out. Cooper Kinsler with his first touchdown of the day.
Well, just like that, one play in and got 6 points on the board. Curious to see if they'll let Brianna get into this ball game. It is fourth quarter. We haven't seen her yet on the football field. I believe they're going to go for it here.
Kinsler, the normal kicker, just ran it into the end zone. He's been very successful, but Dubois is going to go for the 1-point conversion.
Is that weird to say?
Yes. Hawkins' pass goes incomplete, so they will not get the 1-point conversion.
Is it different with run and pass? We tried to figure that out before. We just assumed that we were going to see extra points, extra twos, throughout this ball game.
9:53 to play in the game. It's Dubois now out in front, 68-6. Again, if you're watching along on County 10's YouTube channel, we appreciate you very much. Appreciate you checking out this game. Drop us a comment. Let us know where you're tuned in from, and we'll shout you out on the broadcast. Say hello. Have picked up a couple of subscribers, too, since this game started, so we appreciate those of you subscribing, and we will be back with more Dubois football down the stretch of the season. Of course, Rams looking good in the playoff picture. Hope to be able to bring you some action here as we'll be at the Burlington game for Week 8 on a Saturday in a couple of weeks, and hopefully be able to be on the road with the Rams in the playoffs as well, assuming that Dubois does start out on the road. I guess we could be at Dubois High School too.
Yep, Week 8, and fortunately, Wind River versus Shoshone's on a Friday. That would have been our game of the week next week, but we are both going to be having some football games with Lander and Riverton going on.
Fortunately, Wyatt can only be in one place at one time. We found that out off of Cole's hands, able to gather it back in. He's across the 20-yard line and is knocked out of bounds at about the 26. So that's where the Mountaineers will take over.
We got self-driving cars. We got all these fancy stuff, but we don't have a cloning machine yet. So that's why we can't be at two places at once.
We would put Wyatt at every venue across Fremont County every week if we could. But he is the voice of the Lander Tigers, and we'll continue to bring you those games here through the regular season, and then hopefully we will pick up as many Fremont County games as we can once we get to the playoffs. Talking Wind River Cougars in the playoffs too, as well as these Dubois Rams. 1st and 15 for Casper Christian. Clock running at 9 minutes to play now. Hubert under center. Fades to throw, dances around, and a great deflection by Hess. Hubert wanted Gideon Howe, who's been one of his favorite targets, but Siler Hess was there to bat it away.
So they're leaving starters out on defense for Dubois, but heck of a defensive play there. But like I said, Casper Christian really liking going through the air at most points.
Did see Brianna Grove in on that last play. Was not involved in the direct action there, but she trots off the field after 1st and 15. First ever female football player at Dubois High School. Really cool story.
Just women in football in general has been a story that we've kind of been seeing grow in the college ranks.
It's cool to see, too, the girls wrestling division in the Wyoming High School Activities Association has sanctioned girls wrestling. We'll see some more of that this winter. 2nd down and 15 coming up, and Cooper Kinsler will wrap up Hubert. Still won't go down. And he'll throw it incomplete. Speaking, it was right on cue with the wrestling match, too. We almost had a wrestling match breakout with Cooper Kinsler trying to get Timothy Hubert on the ground. Kinsler, just a freshman, and is listed at 5'8", 129.
Do whatever it takes to stop the play.
Timothy Hubert is shaken up after that and will come off.
You got to wonder, too, I mean, because he was, now he really doesn't look okay. He's laying down at the moment, so hope he is all right. So, but again, kind of sometimes when that happens, you probably want to just stop the play when nothing really develops, and they let that go for a while too.
Stand up and bounce. He does. That's what he's got to do.
I think Hubert may have taken a low shot there. 3rd and very long. Get you the name of a new quarterback in the game here, but they'll hand it to William Hubert, who darts around. Cooper Kinsler was in the backfield again, doing a nice job. Has brought a lot of energy to the contest and not letting Hubert get free for much.
It'll be 4th and long here. They would have to get to the Dubois 37 actually for a first down, and they're just going to elect to send this one back to the Rams. And Surprise, surprise. Back to receive is Tremblay.
That was Andrew Avent, by the way, who is a sophomore that was in at quarterback after the injury to Timothy Hubert, who I think is going to be okay once he works out a shot below the belt. Good punt. Tremblay will pick it up on the second bounce, and there's Hubert, who's right back into the game, makes a great tackle, and almost looked like Wyatt Tremblay was there to say, great job. They'll pat each other on the back, and you'll love to see that. Just two competitors that acknowledge, hey, that was a good play, and give each other a pat on the back as they head their separate ways. Dubois football with 5:34 to play in this one, on top 68-6.
Yep, not much football is left here, and Brianna is in the ball game again for the Rams.
All right, defense.
And lined up as a tight end.
Yeah, listed as a tight end, and it's Hawkins again under center. Hawkins looking to throw. Pass is going to be intercepted, taken away by Casper Christian, and that is William Hubert with the pick, and a nice return all the way down to about the 4-yard line.
Flag on the play in the backfield. That pass was intended for Brianna as well.
Yeah, came up well short. William Hubert was there to take it away nicely for the Mountaineers. We'll check out the flag. Coach Ryan Harrison is chatting it over with the official.
Looks like it's against the Rams based on what the officials are pointing at and talking with Casper.
Actually, they're going to signal that it's on the Mountaineers, a hold defensively.
That's a way to change things up.
Yeah, I was with you, Wyatt. They did the preliminary indication. They were pointing Dubois' direction. I'm not sure what that was for, but a defensive hold, it looks like, is going to give the Rams the football back. 4:42 remaining in the contest. It's Dubois 68, Casper Christian 6, and maybe not the best representation of Casper Christian if this is the first year seeing them this year. They did win 2 games pretty convincingly, too, to start the year, and it's just great to see that this program has grown and is competing at the varsity level now. So hats off to Coach Harrison and all of these kids. He's mentioned that there's a few kids he has had that hadn't had any football experience coming into this year.
Yeah, and again, third year you said they are built as a school, and they're still saying it's Mountaineer football. Must have occurred after the interception. That would be the only reason why it would be Mountaineer football. But it's going to grow, and I think we're seeing something like that with Western Heritage. They have an athletic sport right now. They have track and field. Do produce some state qualifiers some years that they have been able to do that here.
Hubert is hounded by Tremblay. Shovel pass again, and free is Gordon Howe. Howe to the end zone. Touchdown. Nice job by Hubert under pressure, getting it away to Gideon Howe for Gideon's second touchdown of the game and the second touchdown for the Mountaineers.
That's what you asked for. You just get some momentum built up for next week, especially an opponent that is in state title contention in encampment, who they just kicked off if they did start on time. It was a 2 o'clock kickoff, so won't be able to provide any real updates about that game, and looks like Casper Christian will try to put it up for 2.
It's another bobbled snap. Tremblay racing into the play and knocks the holder down there, and it will not be good. Zane Kaiser did what he could to try to keep the extra point chance alive, but good hustle by Wyatt into the play.
Do something good and then that happens. That's unfortunate, but the fact that you put some points up is all that matters. And Yeah, like you said, Casper had 2 pretty good wins. One of them was a ranked team in Casey, who was ranked 5th in the polls, and I believe they're back in the polls at number 5.
Gideon Howe with that catch. 5th reception on the day for 100 yards. Both touchdowns for Casper Christian, having a nice afternoon. 4:32 to play. It's been a running clock all second half. Dubois led at halftime 54-6. It is now 68-12 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Big thank you to State Farm agent Justice Jacobs. Justice wishing all Fremont County athletes the best of luck. State Farm's there to protect your future. Call today, 332-2530, or stop by their Main Street office in Lander. Also want to thank Perfect Power Electric in Lander, supporting our athletes on and off the field, making this live stream possible. Perfect Power Electric. Call them today for all your electrical needs in the community of Lander. See Casper tee it up here, and you might think about an onside kick to try to get some more offensive snaps going and some more momentum.
Yeah, Dubois backing up a little bit in case that does bounce. Lace is pointing towards us, Jared.
Kaiser's got it teed up. Will kick it out of bounds. Looked like he may have been looking for an odd bounce, or it's a ricochet off of a Dubois player, but it'll just sail out of bounds, and the Rams will start up the offense once again with 4:32 to play.
Like I said, the laces were facing towards us, so normally you let the laces face towards downfield, so I feel like that was an early indication as well. I think Dubois was ready for it as well.
Again, the Rams return home for the next couple of weeks. Opportunities for DHS supporters to go cheer on their team a couple more times this season. Rams football at their own 28. Hawkins will hand it to Kinsler, who's smothered right at about the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, half a yard on forward progress.
All of our Beatley Tire and Auto post-game show after this. Going to get post-game interviews with Tremblay's as expected.
I have sent out the invitation to head coach David Tremblay, so we'll see. Hopefully he'll make his way up here, and maybe one of our players of the game too.
Oh, we still got to do that. That's always the hardest part of this broadcast. We got to pick who gets player of the game.
Pitch. New running back into the game for Dubois is going to turn this into a great play, almost a first down. I was ready to say a first down, but did step out of bounds right before picking it up. That new running back in the game, Thad Hawks, beg your pardon, Hawks, a junior.
Yeah, just going to kind of just continue to let these young guys get some opportunities. Finish off strong here.
Looks like Hawks and Kinsler in the backfield. 3rd and 2. Give it to Cooper. Cooper is going to fight forward right near the first down marker. I think he may have it by half a football. He does. 2:40 to play.
Normally, you don't really see the measurement come out of here. Changing hasn't moved yet. There we go.
Are measurements a thing of the past?
We had one yesterday, actually.
We used to do that all the time back when I was a youngster, Wyatt, which was many years before you were born, honestly. There's a fumble. It's going to be scooped up by Hubert, who is on the run, and he is in the end zone. Casper Christian fans making a lot of noise. William Hubert with the scoop and score.
That's, again, building momentum, taking what you can get and finishing off strong. And let's take a look at your Gambles replay here on that little scoop and score. And just kind of punched the football out right there by Casper Christian. And there you go, a scoop and score to the end zone.
We've seen the extra point attempts, the extra twos, if you will, kind of an adventure, and now the officials are marching the football a ways back. So did that not count? Are they going for one here?
I assume you would, if they put it there, they would go for it. They do put the football
so far after they
in the scoring position. They put the score on the board, so we as well.
They must be attempting the 1-point conversion.
That still kind of confuses me a little bit.
I was about to say the kicking game has been quite an adventure with a couple of bobbled snaps, so maybe they feel more confidently in the one, and they get to run another offensive play to Hubert with some time. Now he's sounded defensively. He's going to be tackled by Jonah Ord, who brings him down for a loss and an unsuccessful try. With 2:05 remaining, it is Dubois 68 and Casper Christian 18.
Yep, they just trying to get some extra point. They have failed on all 3 conversions so far in this one. Don't forget, Wyoming Cowboy football, Fresno State, KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM. Kickoff at 6. That's a national game that's being everywhere. And it's been promoted actually pretty crazily from Fox.
Yeah, Tim Brando, one of the top broadcasters from Fox, will be there 6 o'clock tonight for the kickoff from War Memorial Stadium. Talked with a few folks before this game that are headed down directly after, so anticipate a good crowd at War Memorial Stadium against a ranked opponent. Big opportunity for the Pokes, and you can listen to it in Fremont County on KOVE 1330 AM 107.7 FM. Fresno State, very good. This is a tough portion of the season for Wyoming. They've got Fresno State, Air Force, and Boise State all together.
Fresno State 24th ranked in the country. Wyoming has actually been getting votes in both the coaches poll and AP poll really ever since their early win of the season. And also giving Texas a run for their money.
Zane Kaiser has it on the tee, is going to try to onside kick it, and good job by the Dubois hands team to get in there. I don't know if you necessarily have a hands team, but it was Dylan Wagner that showed off his hands ability and was able to come up with the football. Clock has moved basically all second quarter aside from stopping after scores and penalties, and we tick down the final seconds with 1:40 time remaining here. Dubois comfortably on top.
Maybe 2 or 3 plays, and I should do it. Dubois has 2 timeouts if they want to let these young guys get a chance to get in the end zone one more time.
They may do that without a timeout, as a Dubois Ram is free. There's Thad Hawks all the way to the end zone. I believe that's Thad's first touchdown of this season.
That's the first time on our software we've been putting 70 points in a football game. It actually glitched for a second. That's how that's how odd it was to see that. But no, heck of a play, and good to see the young guys getting some opportunities as well. Get in the end zone here. Heck of a block, a heck of a broken tackle. And Dubois looks like they are going to go for some. They're not kick the 2.
It's a 1-point conversion, Wyatt.
Still confused. I want to say 2, but I just elected to say just go for it.
Xander Hawkins' 1-point conversion attempt pass falls incomplete, and now with 1:17 remaining, it's Dubois 74, Casper Christian 18.
Well, we will be better with the 6-man
maybe
terminology.
Maybe we'll get worse. We'll see.
It's been a day for us up here, and also it's awesome to be able to cover Dubois. And Dubois, as far away as they are from the headquarters, be able to do a game here, and kind of worked out for us. I was in Rollins, you were in Douglas last night, and just to be able to do a Dubois game has been pretty surreal, especially.
Yeah.
just kind of the story this season for Dubois.
Yep, kudos to you, Wyatt. You brought Shoshone football to County 10 and did that on Thursday, and will be with the Dubois Rams again this season. I want to thank Life Key in Dubois, making these broadcasts possible. Chatted with Life Key owner and operator Jason before this one, who is also one of the folks I mentioned that is heading to War Memorial Stadium to go cheer on the Pokes after this. Good job by the kick coverage team, as not a lot of running room that time for Jay Cole, and it will be Mountaineer football at their own 25, inside of a minute to play as the clock continues to run here. Time for a couple more snaps. You thought last time that Dubois may have one or two snaps, so it's six-man football. We've probably still got 5 or 6 touchdowns that could occur in the last minute of the game.
Yeah, and the Mountaineers are going to elect to send the young guys out now and just kind of let this one finish out here. A couple plays, like you mentioned, and actually this would be the final play if they don't do the hurry up.
We'll give it to one of those young guys who may have taken the final snap of the football game. That was Nathan Enders, a freshman who got in and was able to take a carry. And clock inside of 10 seconds. I think we have reached the end of this one. Big win for the Dubois Rams, 74-18. The final score. Both teams getting a nice round of applause from the Dubois fans that made the trip and the homestanding Casper Christian fans. First ever meeting between Dubois and Casper Christian goes to the Rams, who pick up their 4th win on the year. They go 4-2. Casper Christian drops to 2-3. Coming up, your Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. We've got a recap of this one. We'll run down some final scoring numbers. We will also visit with David Tremblay, the head coach of the Dubois Rams, and hopefully a player of the game will join us up here as well from Natrona County High School. Once again, the final score in this one, it was all Dubois. They win it 74-18. The Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show coming up in just a couple of minutes on the County 10 Sports Network.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
At Eyes on Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit WyomingEyes.net to learn more.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police, but if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Get ready.
This is the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show on the County 10 Sports Network.
Welcome you back to Cheney Alumni Field in Natrona County High School. Jared Anderson and Wyatt Barijka with you. This one was all Dubois Rams. Dubois knocking off Casper Christian in their first ever meeting, 74-18. Welcome you into the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Our thanks to Bailey Tire and Auto for making these broadcasts possible. They love to support our Fremont County athletes. They've got a full-service tire and auto shop at 755 South Federal Boulevard in Riverton and at 1305 West Main Street in Lander. Thanks to Bailey's for making the game possible. Dubois doing a few jumping jacks out there after the win. And Casper Christian huddled around their coach, getting a little pep talk after suffering the loss. Both teams will enter Week 7 next week. Casper Christian goes on the road for the last two games. Dubois will go home for the last two games. David Tremblay is going to come up and chat with us here in a little bit. It looks like he just kind of motioned our way, so I think he's going to go address his kids one more time and then maybe come up and join us in just a little bit. So we'll await anxiously his arrival.
Yeah, just really, I don't think there's a better way to put it, just dominating win tonight for the Rams. Well, not tonight, but
it's afternoon, Wyatt. I've done that too.
It's okay. We're on different schedules, but a great showing keeps their chances to the playoffs a lot better heading into the final 2 weeks. They have one more conference game and then Burlington for the Rams season, and dressing the team. And it's good to see a historic day as well. First ever meeting between these two teams, and Dubois will take the first out of hopefully many games in the future.
We do get the opportunity as well to select our Justice Jacobs State Farm Player of the Game, and we want to do that now, or do we want to keep it a mystery for a while? Do we want to tease the audience?
I don't
you
know.
decide. You decide.
I feel like this is a
should we keep him on the hook?
I feel like this is a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Let's just have fun. Let's have fun with it.
Okay, should we just spill the beans now and select our Justice Jacobs State Farm Player of the Game? There's a few candidates you could pick on a great team win like this, but I got to give it to the senior leader, Wyatt Tremblay. Wyatt rushes for 6 touchdowns in the contest, 15 carries, unofficially 197 yards, 6 touchdowns. It's hard to not give somebody with 6 trips to the end zone the player of the game. But like I said, there were a few other considerations. I thought Jonah Ord had a great game, and Wyatt, in the end, was just too good, making a lot of plays defensively, too, just flying around on the defensive side of the football.
Just somebody that was kind of an easy pick as we see Tremblay making his way over here for the post-game interview here, and I think Wild Preps is taking our player of the game interview at the moment, but they got to do their stuff as well. But great performance on the night for the Rams. Afternoon, man, I'm gonna get that work done before the end of the year because they'll play another afternoon game.
The sun's still out, Wyatt. It's completely afternoon here.
When we do football, it's at nighttime, so that's the way I have to. That's the way I feel going into that one, but. We'll see how Dubois takes it out here again. They're most likely going to be a road playoff team. We're hoping to maybe get an update from... Oh, there we go. We have a end of first quarter, 6-0 Little Snake River. That's kind of a weird score, especially in 6-man football. 6-0.
Yeah, they didn't convert the 2-point after touchdown.
We're gonna make sure we get that down before the next Dubois game. It's... like we said, we're used to 9-man and 11-man, and 9-man's really not that much different from 11-man because you just take the tackles out. 6-man's really kind of a completely different game. Just the points were 1st and 15, not a full 100 yards. What is the sideline? Where is it located? Especially since we didn't have a sideline for this one, but it was fun to do, Jerry. I'm glad we were finally able to get a Dubois game, and we always intend to cover every Fremont County team when we can.
Yeah, I had a blast with it. Great to get to do a Dubois game. Really enjoy watching six-man football, too, even though I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. A really fun game to watch, and I feel better versed at it. So I'm still going to make errors when we get to do the Dubois, the next Dubois game in a couple of weeks. For sure, there will be plenty of errors, but hopefully that's incentive for you to tune in and laugh along at me. Which is totally acceptable. This is the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Coming up here in just a moment, we will be joined by the head coach of the Dubois Rams, David Tremblay. We'll step aside for a real quick break and chat with the coach next.
Pass with every vehicle sold, so you can get out and explore our beautiful state behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle. Plus, all Fremont vehicles come back by Fremont Care, so you'll be covered no matter what the open road has in store. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton, or shop online anytime at FremontMotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
Did you see Allison at lunch today?
We continue our Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show on the County 10 Sports Network.
Welcome you back here to Natrona County High School. Big win for the Dubois Rams, 74-18 over Casper Christian. And we're joined on the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show by the head coach of the Rams, David Tremblay. Coach, first of all, congratulations on the win. Got to feel good to come take on this Casper Christian team and walk away with the victory.
Yeah, we kind of came in blind. I'm sure they had a couple of videos of us and we had a couple of videos of them, but when you got a brand new team, you just never know. And they did show some new things that our kids had to get ready for. But what a great team to play against. Great sportsmanship. Beautiful day in Casper. Barely a breath of wind. And it's just fun to come play against a classy team. And yes, obviously the win that came out, that was great. Our kids really talked very well together today, and that was good. That helped us a lot.
This is the first time you guys got to play this team, and it's a historic day in all fronts. First game ever. Team in the varsity ranks for the first time. Just what was it like to have that moment?
Oh yeah, you step out in the first series. It was, neither team went anywhere, and just. You could just see the class there was a battle going on. Our guys' second series figured out what we call a power play, and we'll run the same hole and then we'll call it an ISO and we block it different. And it's basically Seiler, he picked up on it and just said, Coach, let's run it and block it as an ISO. And then all of a sudden, now we're down the field and doing big things, and then we're able to open this up and open that up. And today we were able to spread it around. We've got some young kids now catching the ball, which pretty much this is the first time this season, and that was exciting. And those are tools that we definitely are going to need if we're going to have a shot against an encampment or a Little Snake River.
I know you're so used to it, obviously have a vested interest in it too, beyond being the coach, but Wyatt's performance, again, I thought was fantastic. Do you ever just sit there and go, man, this kid is pretty special?
Yeah, he is special, obviously, but I try to decide, does he play better offense or defense, and he just very seldom, he missed one assignment, and that was one of the little slip-by touchdowns, and six-man, it's quick and over, if the daggers hit quick, and but otherwise, he does a good job. But golly, there's Jonah's out there, and Hayden, and the rest of his senior group, and then we've got Seiler in there, and now that Seiler's doing a really good job of stepping up and filling, and once we step and fill, the defense is pretty solid.
You mentioned a missed assignment one time by Wyatt Tremblay, but, normally six-man, you think running football first, kind of just a lot of running. They tend to like to pass it more. They took some deep shots early on for you guys.
Yeah, they did, and that's there's a panic button, and even we're, it's 32-6 or something like that, and still, the panic button hits. They've got some great talent and some speed, and they catch 4 more of those footballs. Now it's a 30-point game, and we don't have a running clock going. And in six-man, the running clock is important.
You get to go home the next couple of weeks. What are you expecting here from the final couple of games?
Hannah's kind of down, but every game is a game, and so we definitely need to get ready for Hannah coming up, and then Burlington's going to bring a big show to town. We're going to have to be ready for Burlington, and then if we're lucky, maybe we can use a little bit of that to get us ready for that first round of playoffs. Looks like we're headed to KC. We'll find out here. I guess I don't know if there's some other issues, but basically if Burlington beat KC, then I think that's where we're headed. But anyway, just getting ready for that. But one game at a time. Got to take care of Hannah, and then we'll worry about the next one.
Definitely. Should be a fun bus ride home, hopefully, back to Dubois. Go enjoy it with your team. Really appreciate you coming up here, and congrats on the win.
Well, thank you very much. You guys have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Coach.
You as well, Coach David Tremblay. Victorious. Appreciate you, Coach. We'll give the handshakes on the way out the door, and great stories all around. We've discussed Wyatt, but you feel good for Coach Tremblay and for this Dubois team as a whole, I think, after a win like that.
Yep, you just got to take the momentum and get a couple of home games. That's kind of a nice way to end your season. It's kind of nice to finish at home and not have to travel on the road the final week of the season. And, something that he pointed out, Burlington team to look at but you can't really overlook Hannah either, because yes, Burlington's probably a game you want to have back from a season ago, but you want to make sure you get the wins and when you need them.
Definitely. Before we conclude the broadcast, I want to thank Matt for weighing in on our County 10 Facebook stream, who gave us a volleyball update as the Lady Rams are at that Basin Jamboree. Matt said Dubois girls beat Midwest to open the day in 4 sets. I know Dubois has KC this afternoon that should be going here very soon, but congrats to the Lady Rams picking up a win today. And I got a couple of comments coming in on the YouTube page. We're streaming in Sterling, Alaska. So thanks to Sterling, Alaska for checking in, and Judy also cheering on the Dubois Rams. So appreciate everybody for tuning in no matter where you're from, and looking forward to bringing you more Ram football later this season.
Have you had anybody from Alaska yet?
I have not. That's my first Alaska viewer. So thanks to Alaska for checking in. Thanks to everybody in Wyoming, closer to home as well.
Yeah, thank you, just everybody, our sponsors who are able to let us, come to Casper on a Saturday afternoon and bring coverage to a local team in Dubois who, again, they are it's hard to, get out there every time. So to be able to do one when things kind of happened out with the way it played out, and we appreciate that. And good win, and just glad to be able to come out and cover the Dubois Rams today.
Wyatt will have more sports next week on the County 10 Sports Reports, KOVE. You can catch those, and you've got some short sports segments that air too on 105.1 Jack FM and 97.5 The Brand, as well as more content, of course, at county10.com. Wyatt, any final thoughts?
Nope. Again, just kind of a reminder, Cowboys on KOVE if you can't make the trip down to Laramie, and you go shout out to Dubois fans who are going to Laramie after this one. They still got to drive all the way down, and that's to be a fun one. But again, kickoff is at 6 KOVE. We'll have coverage of that one. Keith Kelly on the call there. You can also stream at county10.com. Broncos Sunday tomorrow as well on KOVE. So
red hot Denver Broncos.
I don't know.
Gotta win.
I don't
Gotta
know
win.
about that one.
Put together a couple of quarters. We'll see what they do against the Jets on Sunday. KOVE's got sports coverage all weekend long for our radio audience. All right, thanks to everybody for checking out the broadcast, Wyatt. Thanks to you for making the drive up here from Rollins, doing 3 games in a row and making County 10 Sports look really good with a lot of football over the last 3 days. Once again, the final score from Natrona County High School, it was Dubois 74, Casper Christian 18 in the first ever meeting between these two teams. For Wyatt Barijka, I'm Jared Anderson. Have a great rest of your Saturday and a great weekend.